G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. In this video we're going to be looking at Enso OS. Enso OS is based off of Ubuntu Debian, originates from the United Kingdom. This one is a 64-bit and it runs the XFCE desktop with the Gala, which is a lot of elementary pieces I believe, and this is the new one here, Enso 0.3.1 Daising. So they've had a few updates on this new release based off of Ubuntu 18.04, and the most notable changes for this minor release are within our application mail management tool, a fork of the elementary projects Brilliant App Center. Let's do an install of Enso OS and see how we go. So here we are in the live desktop of Enso OS, Daising. Okay, so let's get started. So let's close that and let's look for the installer, which is probably this one here, install Enso OS. English US. I'd normally always install third party. Third party allows your graphics cards and Wi-Fi hardware and all that sort of stuff. Codecs as well. Now erase disk and install Enso OS. I'm just going to do a normal install and continue that. Australia, Perth. And continue. That's the install complete, so what we'll do is restart now and I'll get back into the desktop, get a little bit of full screen action going. Hopefully that doesn't give me any pain, and we'll have a look around the desktop of Enso OS. So here we are at the login of Enso OS, full screen login. So let's log into the system. And we are in the system and we have the welcome screen get started. So let's see what this does here. Edit user details, change system settings. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, you can change that, change system settings. So it takes you directly to this XFCE settings themselves, which would be In the menu, type settings, settings manager, which is that one there. Or you could just look through alphabetically, settings manager, that one there. Install applications, so obviously they're using something. So this is their AppHive, that's what they call it, I remember now. So that's the AppHive. So we can have a look at that probably a little bit later, although I think this is loading or something. Oh, there we go. Yep. So we'll look at that a little bit later. So we've got some updates. Learn Enso. Have to think that would take you somewhere online. And that opens up Firefox, brings you to this website here. And how to use it. So that's that. And join the conversation. So we can now close that. It doesn't give you an option whether you want to start it or not, which is strange. Don't know if that's going to restart or not. So we have these up here: desktop settings, system settings, files, documents, music, pictures. There's nothing in there. Okay, so they must be just links to, let's have a look. Let's go to documents and create a new document. So they've got jump list to spreadsheet and Word document or text, empty file. So test, and let's just create another spreadsheet here. Coles budget, let's just call it that. And let's close that. And let's just hover over these things so it tells you what's inside those. That's interesting. So Enso OS has a bit of a Chromebook feel about it, but it also has that elementary feel as well, which is quite interesting. Now, this didn't get really good reviews on the Big Daddy Linux Live Challenge. A lot of people thought, what's the point of all this? I actually didn't mind it, to be honest. I don't know if I'd use it full time, but this is XFCE, so that's what makes it interesting. They've put quite a nice twist on XFCE, so settings manager is there as well. Then you've got the multitasking view. So that's the touch of elementary that they've put on there, is with this multitasking view, and you can probably change these, which is exactly how elementary works. Quite interesting that. So we can go to that and open that, and then we'll probably only have, oh no, we can move that over to there. Yep. Okay. Now we have the AppHive, where we can install applications. Now we do have updates. I'm not sure whether there's an update manager here, but it did tell me there were some updates pending. So they've got a nice little calendar there as well. And it's a very modern looking calendar, which is quite nice. I've never been a fan of the XFCE calendars. So there's the update. So if we, so this is working very similar to elementary. So you go to your installed, and then you've got your updates here. So we can update all. So let's do that first. It's probably best we do that. That's the network, volume control, and the audio mixer. Power, presentation mode, power manager settings. So let's just have a quick look at what's in this distro while that's updating. I'll just scroll through each page one at a time. Mate calculator sticks out to me straight away, so they're using pieces from Mate as well as elementary. The XFCE panel switch, XFCE terminal. So this thing keeps moving on me for some reason. XF burn, oh yeah, the panel switcher, yep, workspaces. Okay, so they've got XFCE terminal, and they've also got Sakura as well. So now up here we've got, if we have a look, we've got, let's go back to the first page. We've got shutdown here, shut down, restart, suspend, log out. So what do we got here? We've got, oh yeah, we've got a category listing here, which is nice. That probably sorts it out a bit better. Not a lot installed, so it gives you a chance to install the things that you want. And if you've got more than one page, you can see the 2 dots there. And then you've got starred. So I don't know how we star something. So if we click on this again, oh yeah, there we go. That's yeah, it changes. Yeah, it looks very similar. Okay, so just keep clicking that. You go from icons to category. Okay. So if I'm assuming if we right click something, add to starred, pin to dock. So you can pin to dock directly from the menu, which is handy. So if we do something that's a little bit more worthwhile, pinning to the dock, what's a good one to pin to the dock? Screenshot. Pin to the dock. There we go. Screenshots on the dock. And that's settings manager is always a good one to have in the start. So let's click on start. I think settings manager may have already been there. Let's put XFCE terminal as a start. What's in the start? And let's do something that's not in there. I think I've done 2. Okay, let's just check it out. So I kept clicking on this to go back, but that just keeps changing the view. So if you click on start and then click on start again, it takes you back to the first page of the menu. So catfish file search, that's not in start. So there we go. So we got start. All right, so that's that. We could probably move things around here, no doubt. Yep, we can. So within the updater, you've got the ones that are updating, and it gives you the option to cancel. And if you scroll further down, you'll see the ones that are installed, and then it allows you to remove any of these system applications. So that is the updates complete. So we've just got some leftover packages here. Linux image 5.3.019 and OpenVM tools and Virtualbox guest. They're just for drivers. I'm on Virtualbox, so I've already got full screen, so I'm okay with that. So I think I'll do a reboot and then we'll come back in and have a look at the App Center. So here we are back into the desktop after a full complete update. And now we can have a look at our AppHive, which is the App Center. And I think this is taken a lot from the elementary App Center itself. And it's called AppHive Install, Remove and Update Applications. So we have categories here. And this has a huge touch of elementary App Center, definitely. Accessories. It's a little bit slow. I'm not sure whether that's VirtualBox or App Center itself. So we go back to the categories, audio, bit slow to scroll. I have to think that's VirtualBox. Not sure if they've got a Sunder in there. That's always a good one to use. Do a search, see what search results come up with. Yep, they've got a Sunder. That may be a flat pack. I'm pretty sure that's a flat pack because normally it wouldn't have that dash something else after it. So they must have flat pack support in here. So we've got Office, Development, Multimedia. So this is very slow to load. There we go. So Office, we've got the GNOME To Do, Telegram Desktop there. I've GNOME, Darktable, Shotwell, Development, Visual Studio Code. Yeah, there's a few development tools there. I have never used any of these, so I can't sort of talk about them too much. Multimedia, Audacity, Rhythmbox, Spotify, OBS Studio, Games, So they must be some recommended applications within category listing there. So that's, and then you've got one up top, recommended. So then you've got all these recommended as well. Brave Browser, GIMP. Yep, so I'll definitely install GIMP. So there's no LibreOffice Writer in here. Thought there was. Let's go to categories and Office. No, there's not. So what was the right click option in documents then? Create a document, open document, text, plain text, empty file. What's this one? Create. Okay. Help and about. Grandpa. An archive manager for mate. Oh. So they've got the the right click document, but they don't have Writer installed. That's kind of interesting. And they've got Impress as well. So you've got your home page, your categories. Categories. Don't know why the categories wouldn't change back to this page here, which was a bit weird. So that is the AppHive App Center in Enso OS. Right click the screenshot, doesn't do anything, so it just brings up what you can do there in its little box. Desktop settings. This is all pretty slow. It's probably VirtualBox. So it seems to be very sluggish in VirtualBox. I don't know whether that would be the case on real hardware or not. So here we have Enso on real hardware, and just for those who are interested in the specs of this computer, that's the specs there. CPU Intel Core i5-3330. It's got a AMD ATI Radeon 7750/8740. It's got an SSD, so it's a fairly quick machine, this one here. And yep, I have to confirm that the AppHive is still very sluggish and slow, as you'll see here. So it wasn't just VirtualBox that was the issue here. It's actually the AppHive itself. So they probably need to address that situation a bit, because it is very slow, especially going from one of these to another. When it's installing, it seems to be not too bad. It just seems to be the browsing of AppHive itself. Now that's, as you can see, it hasn't moved down to the development area. There we go, it has now. So that took quite a while. Now I've just clicked that, and as you can see, it's very slow and sluggish. So probably a little bit more attention needed in the AppHive there. They are 0.3.1, so they're not version 1 or anything yet. So obviously still a work in progress, no doubt. So I just wanted to confirm that. So I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't just VirtualBox that was causing that slowness. And the other thing is, if you want to turn off the welcome screen, we're going to Settings, Session and Startup, go to Application Auto Start, and just uncheck Enso Welcome. And that should pretty much do it, I think. That screen doesn't full screen. It should be the only welcome there. Yep, looks like it is. So that's how you stop that from starting up. So just a quick little comparison there between VirtualBox and real hardware. So it doesn't seem to be any desktop settings anywhere. So let's right click and change the desktop background. And they've got a few backgrounds there. Yep, so that's your background selection. So after your wallpaper, you've got the dock. You've got options of icon size, small, normal, and large. You can choose to hide the dock, hide when focus window is maximized, focus window overlaps the dock, any window overlaps the dock, or not being used. So that's your options there. You can choose a pressure reveal, although that doesn't come on, that probably only comes on when that's hidden, that's correct. You got your different themes, default, GTK, matte, transparent, clear, clear 3D, Enso, and Enso dark. So if you want to add a docklet to the dock, you can click battery and add, and there's your battery. There's no battery because I'm on a Virtualbox. So how do we get rid of that? Probably just drag it out there, poof, it's gone. So that's how you do that. Clippy, add that, and there's Clippy. Clipboard is currently empty. Let's get rid of that, get rid of the dock. So that's how you manage your docklets. And the launcher you got an icon size of small, normal, and large. So there's the large. Put on normal. It's normal. Start on category view. Well, I don't think that did anything, did it? Still on the icon view, and display up top. So you can display your menu up top if you wish. We'll turn that off. So if we go on category view, we go back to icon view, but we want it on category view. Start on category view. That's probably why you can change. I'm not sure what that one is doing, to be honest. So that is your desktop wallpaper, dock, and launcher settings. So a lot of people were raving about Zorin XFCE and how beautiful Zorin XFCE looks. And yes, I must say it looks really nice. But I'll tell you what, this one looks quite good as well. And it has a good mixture of a little bit of Elementary and Mate mixed into it. So Enso OS, not too bad. I didn't make a video on this when we done the distro challenge, but this is not too bad for XFCE. It's made it XFCE look nice. I may have to try it on real hardware to see if that lagginess disappears. I'd have to think it would, but I'm interested to see whether the AppHive is laggy on real hardware or not. That is Enso OS, install and look around. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting and informative, and thanks for watching.